had a working committee meeting today. Working committee is the highest decision-making body in terms of selecting candidates on election matters. And with the upcoming election, assembly election in Manipur, this meeting was necessitated. Actually, we have fixed on the 2nd of February, but due to political exigencies, we have rescheduled to today, 31st. And the working committee discussed, deliberated at length on the political scenario, the candidates from Manipur who have applied for our party ticket. There are as many as 40 applications we have received for this upcoming Manipur Assembly election 2022. You are aware that this is the third time where NBF will be taking part in this Manipur Legislative Assembly election. You are also aware that we have contested 2 times in the Lok Sabha election. And in the past 2 elections in the Legislative Assembly in Manipur, in 2012, after the launch of the party in Manipur as a Manipur state unit of the NBF, in 2011, election was announced in 2012, and we took part in that election for the first time. And by the grace of God and with the support from the general masses, we won 4 seats. Then after that, we were placed in the opposition. Then in 2014, we participated in the Lok Sabha election. However, we could not succeed. Then again in 2017, we again took part in the State Assembly election in Manipur, where we retained our number 4. And in 2018, in the Lok Sabha election, we contested and we won, where the outer Manipur parliamentary seats is Lohro. Dr. Lohro is the present member of parliament as NBF member. And we have 4 MLAs at the moment, 2 of which are cabinet ministers, where we are a part of the BJP-led government at the moment in Manipur. This is how we have been taking part in the election in the state of Manipur, not only in the parliamentary election or legislative elections, but even in the autonomous district council election. We have participated, and we won seats in Ukhrul, Sinapati, Chandel, and Damenglo, where our members were governing the autonomous district council in these 4 districts of the Naga dominated areas. Now, with the announcement of the legislative election in Manipur, this is going to be a 12th house of the Manipur Legislative Assembly, where, as I've stated, we have received numerous applications to the tune of 40 or more. But in my record, in written form, we have received 40. Of course, through phone calls, through WhatsApp, some friends were also seeking tickets, but those cannot be considered as official unless we receive in written. So all these applications were examined. We have constituted a selection committee, a ticket selection board on the 16th November 2021. that is almost 3 months back, to intensively study each and every assembly segments, constituencies, the prospect of the party winning more seats from 4 to double digit. And this committee have done extensive study by way of contacting the party functionaries, civil societies, well-wishers. Like that, an intensive exercise has been done, and after which a recommendation was put forward to the central office, to the president, and the recommended candidates were placed before the working committee today in the assembly election. Now, I want to bring to your knowledge that NBF is not only confined to Naga areas in Manipur. There are as many as 25 constituencies where we have enrollment, where we have our influence. You know, there are only 11 seats where Nagas can, it's a concentrated votes for the Nagas. But we also have a sizable number of Naga voters and our party supporters, even from other non-Naga communities in the constituencies like Jiribam, Saikul, Kangpopi, Saitu, Henglep, and Jurajam. And in the constituencies like in the valley, where it is concentrated in the valley in the Imphal city, Hingang constituency, Kurai, Tang Maipan, Kishamthong, Yeskol, Sekmai, Lamsang, and Kongkong Thong Chong. These are constituencies where we have the NPF members, also Naga voters ranging from 1,500 votes to 4,000 voters. And if you see the last elections results, most of the winning margins are somewhere 1,000 to 2,000, 1,500. So our members, the impact of the NBF voters will play the deciding factor even in these 8 constituencies in the valley, where we have a large chunk of influence. However, despite of having this influence, we don't want to be an ambitious party. This is a party with a difference, with certain objective in bringing a lasting, honorable solution to the Naga issue, and also bringing peace to the entire Northeast region. Therefore, we wanted to be focused on our aims and objectives, for which we don't want to be ambitious. And therefore, we have zeroed down to the Naga-dominated areas only for awarding the ticket as far as this upcoming election is concerned. As I've said, there are 11 Naga-dominated constituencies. In Sinabati, we have 3 constituencies, 48 Mau, 47 Karung, and 49 Dadubi. In Ukrul also we have 3 constituencies, 43 Pungir, 44 Ukrul, and 45 Chingai. In Chandel we have 2 constituencies, 41 Chandel and 42 Dengnoba. In Damenglong also we have 3 constituencies, 52 Damai, 53 Nungba, and 54 Damenglong. 53 Tamenglong and 54 Nungba. I'm forgetting the number. So, all together, Naga areas, we have 11 constituencies. However, as I've stated, we wanted to be focused on our aims and objectives, and therefore, we don't want to issue tickets just for the sake of issuing, and we don't want to contest just for the sake of contesting, but we wanted to ensure that whomever are selected emerged victorious. And therefore, we have zeroed down to 10 constituencies. The working committee decided to contest only in 10 constituencies. In these 10 constituencies, in the 41 Chandel assembly constituencies, these are reserved for scheduled tribe, we have already shortlisted Mr. Langu Bolring Anak. I'll give you the spelling later on. He is a former president of the All Naga Student Association, Manipur. In 42 Dengnobal, we have shortlisted Mr. Tang Sawa Urungthang Maring. He is a sitting Congress MLA who resigned and joined our party. He is also a working president of the Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee, actually. So we have already shortlisted him for 42 Dengnobal. For 43 Pongyar assembly constituencies reserved for scheduled tribe, we have our sitting MLA, Mr. Lishio Kishi. He has been shortlisted. For 44 Ukrul assembly constituency, this is also a scheduled tribe seats. We have Mr. Ram Muiba. He is a retired secretary in the Northeast Council, an IAS officer, Mr. Ram Muiba. In 45 Jingai assembly constituency, reserved for scheduled tribe, we have shortlisted our sitting MLA, Mr. Kashim Washun. In 47 Karung, that is also a scheduled tribe assembly constituency, we have shortlisted Mr. Kuhu Sili Anthony. He is a retired director of the Northeast Council. In 48 Mao assembly constituency, reserved for scheduled tribe, we have our sitting MLA and Minister for PHE and Stationery, Mr. Los Tiko. In 49 Tadubi assembly constituency, reserved for scheduled tribe, we have already shortlisted Mr. M. Francis Ngakchokpa. He is a former minister. In 52 Tamai assembly constituency, reserved for scheduled tribe, we have shortlisted our state unit president and also sitting minister for forest, Mr. Awangbo Nyumai. In 53 Tamenglong assembly constituency, reserved for scheduled tribe, we have selected Mr. Kang Thuanang Banmai. He is also a former MLA. So this is how we have done the exercise with the selection board as well as the working committee, and these 10 constituencies we have decided to contest with these candidates. Now, as I've said, we are in the government at the moment with the BJP in Manipur. There is no open alliance as such with any other political party, but our understanding with the BJP continues because our members, our MLAs are still a part of the government, and therefore in some of the constituencies where we are contesting, they have also announced their candidature. So there will be a friendly contest also, even though we are in the government together. So this is how we will go about in this forthcoming elections. Any other issues relating to the election, I will keep briefing you. We are working on the manifestos, and once those are ready, we will bring it to your knowledge. On the 2nd of this month, February, from this office, central office, we will be calling the candidates, and a function will be organized to officially hand over the ticket, because the first phase of notification for the election will be issued tomorrow, 1st of February. Second phase will be issued on the 4th of February. Most of our candidates whom we have selected, the constituencies that we have selected, will go to the poll only in the second phase. However, we are fully prepared. Our candidates are fully prepared, and we are hoping that we will win double the seat that we have at the moment. We know that we have the support of our people, and with the blessing of our God the Almighty, we will emerge victorious. Anything you would like to ask? That's a very interesting question. This is a constituency where the present MLA is Mr. Kaing Hangam. Very difficult to pronounce the name wrong. Kaing Hangam, I think. The former deputy CM. He is also the president, I think, Manipur Pradesh Congress, no? Or a very big shot in the Congress, next to a book. We did receive some aspirants from this constituency, but we didn't find it a very strong contender. So therefore, as I said, we wanted to remain focused where we are contesting this time. We just don't want to waste our time and resources. And therefore, we will be very seriously dealing where we are filling candidates, not for the sake of contesting. There is one thing that you would love to hear, I think. I thought I'm not mixed up, but since the working committee have discussed and decided today, we are in our resolution, we are extending invitation to the Honorable CM, Mr. Nipirio, and his Honorable MLAs to come together. There is a desire by one and all among the Naga family that the two parties, NDPP and NDF, the regional parties, should come to a kind of understanding, should come together, to be precise. So we have also resolved as one of our resolution today that we will extend invitation to Honorable CM so that he can apply his best wisdom for the good of all of us. I don't want to go further than that.
When you say come together, you mean converge or
well, let us not go into detail today. This is the art of the possible. Everything is and can be possible. We will not go into the minute detail of the intention that we have. But however, it is our wish, not only our wish, but it is the wish of the entire Naga people that we come together. So we are extending invitation that we must come together. So let us find out the best possible option. How do we come together? The dynamics of politics is changing. Everyone has to adapt with the changing times. So we have a strong opinion that the desire of our people should be respected. Yes, I think we will stop from there, keeping that in mind. With the best of the wisdom of the working committee, it has been deliberated upon, and we have decided to put in the form of resolution also. Anything? Are you satisfied? All the 60 constituencies, I think they have announced, not even a single constituency left out. But for us, I'm repeating again and again, we don't want to be an ambitious party like any other party. You know, this party mean business, no? For issues, not for the sake of running political party, but we have certain target. You all are aware of it. And one amongst them is the early honorable solution of the Naga political issue, and also bringing peace to the entire northeast region. These are the target of this party. So we we don't want to, polarize unnecessarily just for the sake of promoting, or expanding the party. No, not in that form. For them, they are a national party. They have every right and every reason to field their candidates in all the constituencies. We cannot stop them. But as I've said, since we are a part of the government led by them, the BJP, we have 2 ministers, 2 MLAs. One of them is the chairman of the Hill Area Committee also. So when we are a part of the government running, till 19th March will, the present house will come to an end, the Manipur Legislative Assembly. We are together, and the election is going to be before that. So now, when we are running the government together, we cannot fight headlong. I think I'm making myself clear. But we have to go on certain level of understanding. That understanding remains because we are a part of the same government. But there is no question of open kind of alliance. So in the constituencies where they have already announced their candidates, where we are also filling our candidates. In some of the constituencies, it may be a very harsh fight, but I'm saying we will have a friendly fight, because there are candidates. In as much as our candidates are a serious contender, their candidates are also a very serious contender. So we can at the most say friendly contest. But having said that, I wanted to again repeat that there is a certain level of understanding because we are a part of the government. I think it's natural. Am I satisfying your query?
Yes, in Naga and during the
Well, of course, you are right. I got your point. Yes, there was a kind of opinion as such was mooted out that we need to have an adjustment. But you see, out of 60 constituencies, we are concentrating only on 10. So it's an unspoken kind of, concession on our part that we are not fielding in another 50 constituencies. So they should understand us better than we understanding them. I think that is the best way of putting it.